Yeah, and again, PEM is one of those areas where I think this is something we think about a lot, do have to worry about. So because we're using naphthalene, which is a very well naphthalene type materials, very well established, very well characterized and understood material because it's been used in chlor-alkali technology for decades. It's well known that things like transition metals can have a real problem in terms of poisoning the performance. They can lock into the ion exchange sites and just reduce the ion mobility, which increases cell voltage. So transition metals, anything that's kind of stainless steely, it would be a concern. Iron, nickel, chrome would not work well in that very acidic environment. And I think that's one of the reasons why we're very concerned as an industry about things like fluoride levels in processed water, because again, not only can it corrode titanium components, but it can corrode other elements of the system as well. But those are the sorts of classics that people were really keen to avoid. Again, for our part, we're very conscious about the role that we play in introducing potential contamination, because we do put a coating onto titanium, and the titanium that's used typically is extremely pure, commercially pure, but those impurities are pretty well locked up in the levels that they're at. And from a coating perspective, we make sure we avoid all those potential contaminants that could cause downstream problems. So when we're coating these PTLs and bipolar plates, the materials are either in contact with plastic or titanium components. There's no real other way to handle that, and it minimizes the potential contamination as a result.
Sure, thanks, David. And Gurjant, are there any repeat offenders that you're aware of that kind of unintentionally contaminate?
I mean, I can talk, a little bit more about the upstream part of the electrolysis process. I think David mentioned in the beginning, water feed, having fluorine somehow, because the membrane is based on PFAS material. So that could be one of the culprits. And then when we talk about other contaminants, I mean, let's say if there's some leak in the system, carbon dioxide can enter the system, and if there's not scrubbers properly installed. So I think any foreign particle, or any if there's any leaching of the material of the bipolar plate, so any foreign contaminant in the system will affect the lifetime of the electrolyzer system. But I think David covered most of them in the beginning, because it all starts from the beginning, right? I mean, then of course there's other problems involved when we talk about the bigger system, the type of materials that we use, what kind of pumps we're using to feed the water inside the electrolyzer system, the plumbing pieces, if you're using the check valves, ball valves, what material are they made of, and what kind of coating that they have. So I mean, again, it's very hard to pinpoint certain things, because there's hundreds of pieces that go into the whole electrolyzer system, and we just have to make sure that everything, whatever we use, is made up of of a material, or there's a proper coating that does not corrode, doesn't leach inside the cell, and we can definitely minimize the degradation levels.